Well, hello, welcome to another episode of Get to Know UIC, Get to Know United in Christ. I am very excited to welcome on this Friday our special guest, none other than Mr. Landon. Landon, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good, excellent. Thank you for taking the time out of. I know you have a very busy schedule between school and everything that you've got going on right now, but I'm so glad that you were willing to take this time and hang out together so folks could get to know you a little bit. So thank you very much for that, sir. So Landon, for folks who maybe haven't gotten a chance to know you super well at church, how long has it been that you've been going to church at United in Christ now? Do you think
My whole life.
your whole life, and how long has that been so far?
7 years.
7 years. So you've been at United in Christ about 7 years now. That's very, very cool. And I'm so glad you do. Because I tell you what, you are such a good helper for us at church. You do all sorts of things. And like, what all is it that what all do you help out with? I was trying to keep track of them all. You
Acolyte.
do Acolyte, yeah?
Communion.
Oh, and of course with the communion helping, yeah?
Sometimes offering.
Sometimes the offering too, yeah?
Mhm.
And you do such a good job when we have the kids worship takeover too. You're always good at doing one of the prayers or one of the pieces of worship for us. And just a few weeks ago, you did such a good job doing the Lord's Prayer for us in our online church. Did you have fun doing that?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm very glad you did, because I think it's a lot of fun for folks to get to share in worship with you. And what I really love lately is you've been learning a new thing to do in church. Do you remember what we were working on before we had to start doing church from home? We were working on something new that you were helping out the other assisting person during church, during the service, right after communion. Do you remember? We were starting to you were starting to help us get ready.
Carrying like this bread and stuff.
Yeah. To take down the table, to take the communion stuff off of the altar. That was super cool. And I was super glad to have you help us with that. That's very cool. So, but of all these things, dude, I mean, again, you help out in so many ways. What is your favorite part of those? Which one of those is your favorite thing to do?
I like when the kids take over and I get to do communion and stuff.
Ah, you get to help distribute communion, right?
Yeah.
To give out the communion stuff. Yeah, that's very cool. And I think that's so much fun. That's one of my favorite Sundays of the whole year is when I get to sit back and you guys get to lead the whole show. I think we need to do that more regularly. What do you think? I think I just need to let you guys. What's that?
Turn opposite.
Do-
Yeah, turn opposite.
Turn opposite. So
Yeah.
make all the churches kids led, and then the adults only get to lead sometimes.
Yeah.
You be careful, bud. I bet there's a lot of people who would actually prefer it that way. I bet they would love for that to happen. That's very cool. So, but I mean, aside from, all these ways in which obviously you help out in so many ways, what in general, as you think about church and as you think about our church in particular, what's your favorite part of being in church or being a part of our church or any of the other things we do with the church, even not on Sunday mornings? What is your favorite part of our church?
I like communion and stuff, where we go up. I sometimes help.
Yeah. Yeah, being a part of that communion. I like that too because it's really meaningful, right? How we all get to come around the same table and sharing that together. And you were part of one of the very first groups that I led on our first communion day. Do you remember our communion day field trip
Oh
from
yeah,
I
I
guess
remember.
2 summers ago? Yeah. And do you remember what else did we do on that field trip? I was trying to remember everything that we got to do on that day.
Went to the park or something.
We definitely went to the park. Yeah, I think we got like pizza at the park, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we got pizza.
Yeah, I got pizza at the park. Yeah, yeah. But do you remember where did we go before we went to the park? Do you remember? Remember the place where we got to see the dungeon? No, do you remember? Because I think we went out to the winery, right, where they make the wine that we
Yeah,
use on Sunday mornings, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and we got to see. They
All the
gave us
wine.
we got to see how they make the wine, right? And they had those big tanks downstairs in their basement that I guess Camden was calling it the dungeon down there, and they had all the grapes, right? And didn't they like give us grapes to eat to try, and we
Yeah,
learned,
oh
yeah.
yeah, they picked them from the roof. They went up, got
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Right over the door, right? They picked the grapes off the roof and then we got to eat some grapes. And then we got back and we made bread. So we learned a lot about communion that day, right? And I'm so glad that then you get to share in that and help us lead that part during church on a regular basis. I think that's so very cool. So I'm glad that you like communion. That's one of your favorite parts of church with us. Now, I know that, of course, things have been, a little different the past couple of weeks, right? We've been doing church different. You've been doing school different, right?
Yeah.
How's that been different for you?
I don't usually get to go to school. I don't do like my specials and stuff.
Right. You miss out on the things that you can only really do in person, right?
Yeah, school.
Yeah. So you're doing a lot of it on the computer, right? Didn't you have class this morning? Yeah. That's different. That's very different, I'm sure. But I gotta ask, what's been the, some things are good, some things are not as good. But what's been the best part about being able to stay home with mom and dad a little more these days?
I get to stay home with my mom and Keely because my daddy's a doctor, so he has to go to work.
Sure.
And on Thursdays and Fridays, he stays home, and Mama does work for like 9 hours.
Oh, she puts in the marathon day on those days, right? Yeah. Now, I know who Keely is, but yeah, you guys have a new member in your house, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce people to Keely?
What?
Do you want to introduce folks who are watching to Keely?
Sure. Keely, come here. She's taking her nap right now.
Oh. Sorry, we got to interrupt nap time.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Say hi, Keely.
Wait, Keely. Can you say hi? Say hi.
Oh, no way. That's very, very cool. Have you been teaching her that during quarantine?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's very, very cool. Now, Landon, for folks who maybe need some tips and tricks on how to keep doing well in quarantine, what's the most fun thing you've gotten to do in quarantine so far?
I like doing rollover with Keely.
You got to teach the dog new tricks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should all learn some new tricks during quarantine, I think. So that's very good. Do you think she'll do it? Do you think she'll do a rollover? No, not when you've got the bowl. Oh, there you go. Okay.
She needs a bigger space to do it.
Oh, understandable.
Keely, we can show her tricks. So, Keely, shake.
Excellent. So good.
Shake. Good. Keely, high five. High five. Keely, down.
Good girl.
Over. Come on.
Yeah. We almost made it. Yay.
She can sit. Keely, sit.
Oh, but we're on our back now. There she is. Oh, did you teach her all of these tricks, Landon?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Keely, say bye.
Bye, Keely.
Bye. Bye.
So I guess if we're learning anything here, Landon, it's that if you want to survive quarantine well, you gotta go get a dog and teach it some new tricks.
Yeah, definitely.
You heard it from here, folks. Everybody's time to go adopt a puppy.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much. This has been a blast. But I tell you what, every time I do one of these interviews, every time we get to know some folks, I always give the person who I'm talking to, I give them the chance to share anything they want to the people at home. So is there anything you want to say to everyone who's listening? Anything you want to say to your church family?
I miss everybody. I could wish we go to church, but you need to stay home and stay safe, so we can't.
Yeah, you heard it from Landon, right? We miss everybody, that's for darn sure, and we wish we could be at church, but we gotta stay home and we gotta stay safe, right? That's right. Bingo. We're gonna stay healthy and we're gonna stay safe so that we can go back to church together. That's right.
Yep.
Well, Landon, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us today. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for sharing Keely with us for a little while as well. This has been a blast. And hopefully we'll get to talk to you sooner rather than later. Maybe we'll have you helping out in church again before too long, too. So folks can keep their eyes peeled for you.
I'm going to try to teach Keely pray. So when we say Keely pray, then I do the sermon.
I love it. Wait, did you say you're going to do the sermon?
Yeah.
Great, then I don't have to that week. Fantastic. And the prayer. Okay, good. Well, either one I'm happy with, so bring it on, bud. Awesome.
It'll take an hour. Really.
Oh, well. Oh, Landon, thank you so much. Thanks for helping out and hanging out with us today. To everyone else at home, God's continued peace and blessings in the days ahead. Again, Landon, thank you so much for hanging out. Absolutely. And we'll talk to everyone else later. Bye for now.
Bye.